What's going on YouTube? EarthP0w3R here, bringing you another super sped up, quick double time match, if you will. I've gotten some good comments on these in the past, so I figure I'll keep doing them. This is Duel Days on April 21st at our local Comic Kings. We had an 8-man turnout. Theo and myself made top 4, and this is our top 4 match to see who can head to finals, to face either Candace or Nate. Nate was running Water Dark Light, and Candace was running Mono Fire. Theo, my opponent, is running the Dark SaberBolt deck that you guys saw in yesterday's deck profile, and I'm running my own Water Dark Light control creation that me and CVH have been working on the past couple of weeks. So, that Theo seemingly has the perfect start, which is really hard to come back from. I was super fearing the SaberBolt, or the Sabertooth, if you will. There's been multiple times where me and Theo, me and him honestly go back and forth. Like when we play these two decks, we've played this matchup against each other a handful of times, and it's been pretty back and forth. He'll either start Sabertooth, and I'll hopefully destroy it, and then he'll shatter me at like turn 5 or 6 and I'll lose, or I'll somehow make it to turn 6 and be able to puppet him before he can play the shatter, and bad things happen. So turns out TheoBear has the Razor Hide. He didn't have the Sabertooth to gain any advantage off of it, but he was able to get the mana off of the Razor Hide to put him to turn 6, and I believe he went first, so he was already a turn ahead of me, and I get shattered there as well. He doesn't have a play to follow the Razor Kinder, and yeah, I just get the shattered. So luckily, I mean, I sort of saw it coming, which is why I dropped the Lyra, just to put something on board, just to have something. I think I could have, like, I don't know, it probably was my best play, to be honest, but it's 6 mana, I knew the shatter was coming, so I had to do something. And so far the top deck's been working out pretty good. I top decked a puppet, so I don't know what exactly I discarded. Maybe it might have been removal. I think he only had one card in his hand. It was the Root Trap, so I puppeted that away. And then Theo tops Infernus, so I need to top the removal now, and it has to happen. So it doesn't happen, so I go ahead and throw a top Canyon Skimmer. Throw that in mana. That's not going to do me any good, and I'd rather be at 7 mana in case I potentially top deck into the pit in case he decides not to break. But he does break, and he hits a memory, so I believe I go and grab the Terror Pit now, because I just have to I have to deal with it somehow. And Infernus, being the amazing card that it is, I wasn't able to block with the Star Lantern, because Infernus destroys stuff that's power 4000 or less whenever it swings. And so now Theo's got me at 0 shields, and the top deck of any speed attacker right now will net him the game. And I had to pit the Infernus. Luckily he doesn't, and I don't believe he has removal, so it gives me a free turn to hopefully set up something. I Logos, just digging for any sort of blocker. I puppet. I don't see exactly what I puppeted because the camera angle is terrible. Using Sean's new tripod, actually. It's a very nice tripod. I need to maybe invest in one that's of that length. I just have the mini D, as most of you know, and it's good for tabletop, but Sean's actually extends to like 42 inches or something. It's pretty crazy, and so it's worth investing in if I can find one as nice as that. But that's enough about the tripod. Theo summons an Infernus, or not an Infernus, excuse me, a Tetsurion the Unchained. And I've got some cards in hand, so I go ahead and Dark Reversal to get back a Star Lantern, and I have enough mana to play that Star Lantern and then Death Smoke. And it's a good thing I was able to do all of that because he has the Bolt Tail follow-up. So now I summon Lyra to hold down the Bolt Tail. Hope that he doesn't... Look at me tapping those fingers. Hope he doesn't top deck another speed attacker, and I think next turn I'm potentially going to have to go in, because I can't... I'm pretty sure I just don't have enough answers. I'm not drawing the Andromeda, which I really do need to draw right now. And yeah, does it happen? I think it does. Oh, it does. Oh, Andromeda. Okay, my savior. So I top deck the Andromeda, but it's still not super safe to go in. If he has a speed attacker, he could potentially still take game. So now I sit and I deliberate for. Remember, this is sped up ×2, so I'm thinking for quite a while here. And I finally decide just to go in. I figure he's got to have double removal to deal with the Lyras, and it turns out he doesn't have any removal, and my Lyras swing for game. And luckily I had a Bone Blades down there, so if he had topped the Gila Flame or the Sabertooth to follow it with another Beastkin in hand, I would have been safe. So that's some nice security I somehow pulled out of that one, just banking off Theo just not having the speed attacker, which he didn't have. So heading to game 2. Barely made it out. SaberBolt is just a scary matchup, guys. Like, the idea of getting shattered on turn 5 or 6 is just it makes me sick. I don't like it at all, and it happens more often than it should. It's a very scary thing. But if you can get up to 9 mana, I mean, because the whole idea behind the deck is that it's going to drop Sabertooth, and then if you can get rid of it, it's scary. Like, I can't say it enough. Like, they drop Sabertooth, which is already a threat, so you have to deal with that. And even if you do deal with that, you get shattered the following turn. So it's like, lose all your shields or get shattered on turn 6, and it's just, there's no happy medium. Like, it's just one of 2 bad things is going to happen. Luckily I opened with Gloomhollow this time around, so I don't have to worry about the Sabertooth too bad. He actually drops a Razorhide late, and I get to Bone Blades it before he gets a chance to go into Sabertooth. However, he does have lots of mana at this point, and drops the Unchained to destroy my Gloomhollow. And I believe he's got 2 or 3 cards in hand, so I'm fearing the follow-up, the Shatter, if you will. And he has it. He shatters away an Andromeda, among other things. I honestly can't remember what's in my hand at this time. So now it's just my Keeper of Dawn versus his Unchained. He's got a card in hand. And many bad things. Luckily, his first double break hits a memory, so I get to search for the removal. And I think he summoned Gila Flame there? I think that's a Gila Flame, as he won't get his hand off of it. Looks like a Gila Flame. I think it's a Gila Flame. So, summons Gila Flame, so I figure if I can draw the removal to deal with the Unchained, then, or not draw the removal, but I'll get the removal with the memory. And I think I was deliberating between getting an Andromeda at this point, because I was thinking maybe if he hits a blast, or maybe if I have some other form of just like stall, like a Lyre or something like that, I can top deck into something to deal with the Unchained, and then drop Andromeda and be safe under that for a turn or 2. But I think what Yep, I must have grabbed, oh no, I think I did grab Pit, but then I topped into the Lyra with the Lux already in hand, so I decided that was a better option. And Theo, the top decking master, just top decks Boltail, and things hit the fan. But luckily, I have Dracothane, so I can get back 2 blockers, and I can bump with the Lyra and destroy my Lux instead. So that's good things. However, Theo, with all the speed, all the fast attackers this time around, thanks to Star Lantern, I'm able to fend off all of them. I was able to tap the other Gila once he swings in with Boltail, and then simply block with the Gloomhollow to stop the other Gila Flame. So, good things there. I go ahead and Spark Cage just to draw, because I'm just trying to draw like an Andromeda answer to the double Gila. And I'm just looking for anything at this point to help out. So that's really what that Spark Cage is for. And then I had a Puppet, so I was able to get rid of one of the Gila Flames, and Dracothane's going to be able to kill the other Boltail this turn. So now I'm just hoping Theo won't have a play, but he does have a really good play, and that's Puppet. So it's going to force me, I reveal Puppet and Star Spark, and I have to Star Spark his Puppet. And now I think for a little bit, because I'm like, if he draws any sort of removal and the Heal Flame, or any sort of removal with the Heal Flame in hand, I lose. I don't know how much mana he's at exactly. It's hard to tell at this angle, but that one Gloom Hollow isn't going to do me too much good for a while. So I think about it, and I've got the Dracothane for the triple, I've got the Lyra for the double, and then I've got 3 attackers. And Burst Shot and Tendril can only hit the Gloom Hollow, so I'm not worried about... He basically he has to have 2 removal cards that aren't Bone Blades, Barrage, or Tendril, and I'll win. So I go ahead and triple with Draco. He has the Bone Blades down, so I'm not worried about half of his blast now. I go ahead and double with Lyra, and he has to have double removal, which he doesn't have, so I take the game. And that's pretty much it, guys. I move on to top 4 or 2 finals to face Nate. Nate wound up beating Candace with his Water Dark Light version, and then myself and Nate actually wound up splitting in the finals. I have actually gone undefeated all day. I played Berto, a new guy who was running another version of Dark SaberBolt. I beat him 2-0, and then I played Candace, and I beat her Rush 2-0, and then I played Nate, and I beat his Water Dark Light 2-0, and then I just played Theo there, and barely made it out of both of those matches. So, completely undefeated in the tournament. When I got there with Nate, I just decided to split. I didn't feel like playing anymore. I think Gorby had just shown up, so we were thinking about going and doing stuff for that afternoon, so we decided to split, and it was a good day. So yeah, guys, hopefully you enjoyed. Check out the social links below, the Facebook, the Twitter, all that fun stuff. Stay tuned tomorrow for stream, and hopefully, guys, we'll see you next time. Peach.